Jane Avril was born as Jean-Louise Bedon on the 9th of June 1868. I will pronounce her name Jane because she likes it that way. She was born here on the street behind me in Belleville, Paris. She was the only child of Léontine Clarisse Bedon, a French woman born in 1844, and Italian nobleman Marquis Luigi de Font. Jane was born at 5 in the morning. Delivering her is midwife Catherine Verel, who is 50 years old. Signing Jane's birth document are two men. One François Perez, age 33, a linen manufacturer who lives in the same building as Jane and her mom. And Jacques Désiré Aubreton, a 33-year-old tailor. Jane's mother, Clarice, is listed as an unmarried milliner. She was actually a part of a strata of society known as Grande Horizontale, courtesans of the Second Empire. Her nickname might have been La Belle Elise. Jane's parents, Luigi de Font and Clarice, are said to have separated 2 years after Jane's birth. She escaped to an elderly couple whom she had met through her school, and they get her admitted here to the Salpêtrière Hospital. She's admitted on December 28, 1882, at age 14. She's first listed as an epileptic. She is put in the care of Jean-Martin Charcot, the famous neurologist, after she's developed nervous twitches and involuntary jerky movements. She's placed in the ward for hysterical women, actually adults, despite the fact that she's still a child. In 1884, when Jane is 16 years old, there is a so-called Mad Ball held here at the Salpêtrière. It's a ball open to the public where they can party with patients and personnel, except for the ones that are deemed too violent. Such a thing to us today comes off as extremely unethical and very, very strange. However, at this ball, Charcot's daughter lends Jane a dress, and it's her first time at a ball or dance event. And she's taken by the music, and she twirls around and around, and dances. And she dances like from her own insides. And when the music stops, she wakes up and sees how everyone's standing around her, applauding. This could often happen to her, that she would fall into a trance, but this was her first time that she did so, and it became sort of her method, that she would have often continued to dance and twirl around after the music had actually finished. Jane Avril now dances professionally and is hired by the Moulin Rouge. She is given the nickname La Mélanite from an explosive due to her ecstatic dance style. This also links her to the Salpêtrière, a former arsenal. She refuses to use this name, but she's billed under it anyway. The attraction of the quadrille at the Moulin Rouge was the individual performers, the entertainers, and the dancers who would have their own personal style and temperament. And they had nicknames such as the gutter grating, who was given this name because of the space between her teeth. There was also glimmering gold, love apple, and the cheese girl. The can-can dancing in this time was a way for women to gain some sort of independency and earn money on their own. The dance has elements of mockery of the general society and of institutions such as the military and the church. There was one table at the Moulin Rouge reserved for a certain Henri de Toulouse-Lautrec, an artist from the south of France who had moved to Paris and Montmartre in 1882. It is likely that Jane and Henri met here at the Moulin Rouge, as he was a regular here, and he admired her dancing. They quickly became friends. In 1901, Toulouse-Lautrec dies at his mother's castle, Château Malromé, southeast of Bordeaux. Jane mourns him and remembers the man whom she owed her fame in her time and in present time. Somewhere between 1906 and 1911, she moves to the small village Jouy-en-Josas, outside of Paris, close to Versailles. She moves here with Maurice and her son to a house. She quits dancing professionally, and her last recorded performance is at an exhibition by Art Nouveau potter Lachenal in 1911. On her return to Paris, she sees the start of World War II. The news speak only of the war, and people start hoarding and blacking out their windows. Jane refused to go into air raid shelters, as she feared the cold and damp more than a death from an airstrike. One of her strong emotions during this time is her intense and personal hatred of Hitler. She says one of his dancing girls ought to blow herself up with a stick of dynamite and take him with her.